Hey, this video is gonna be a little different. It's not ranked video or a page by page video. I just wanted to talk about the current state of Tokyo Revengers manga, which is more or less of a rant to be honest. So if you are a Tokyo Revengers anime only, then please close this video as I will be going deep into the manga spoilers. You have been warned. And before I start the video, if you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like as it helps me get this video to reach out to more people. And if you like what you're seeing, do subscribe. I try to post at least one video every week, so hit that notification bell if you don't want to miss out on any videos. With that out of the way, here are my thoughts on the current state of Tokyo Revengers manga. So, it's been a while since I have caught up on the manga of Tokyo Revengers, and let me start by saying that it is a damn good manga for binge reading and a very quick read as well. I remember reading one chapter after another for some hours, and before I knew it, I had already caught up on the story. Now, for me personally, the problem started when what looks to be the initial part of the story concludes. You know, when Kisaki dies in the past as he gets hit on by a truck. A truck of all things. Truck never disappoints. Things seems to be solved when Takemichi time leaps to the future to find himself in between the celebrations of Pachin's wedding. Almost everything seemed to be fixed. Hina is alive, Naoto is alive, everyone has their own life going on. Takemichi could no longer leap back in time as his promise of saving Hina was fulfilled, and he didn't have any need to go back in time. Almost everything was perfect for an ending. Almost everything, I mean. Everything except Mikey, who was not present during the wedding. And this is where the problem started for me. It felt like a punch in the gut when we learned that Mikey is the leader of another criminal organization called Bonten. It wasn't the fact that Mikey was the leader that felt like a punch in the gut, but the way it was revealed, with Takemichi lying on the bed, eating chips and watching the TV, shouldn't have drawn this parallel in my opinion. And the way it was shown, that tattoo obviously resembled Izana's earrings. Say that I'll leave this plot point aside for a moment. It looked a bit cool, not gonna lie. Bonten looked like an actual serious criminal organization involved in gambling, fraudulation, prostitution, etc. It felt like a totally different gang. Nothing like we have seen before. And even though I was a bit pissed about the story getting continued pointlessly, I was low-key looking forward for this Bonten stuff. That is until Takemichi goes on to confront Mikey, and Mikey immediately shoots him without any sort of hesitation, and later falling off the terrace just to be grabbed by a dying Takemichi at the right time. And then, in his dying moments, he forms a connection and leaps back in time to fulfill the promise of saving Mikey. For me personally, it felt like dragging the story pointlessly. Don't get me wrong, I would have loved if Wakui sensei went the way of letting Takemichi fix the things in the present rather than sending him in the past again. And this new power that he has right now of predicting the future a few moments before it happens. Though it's not shown fully as to how it works exactly, it just feels like Wakui sensei has written himself into a corner, since Takemichi can in no way go back to the future without fulfilling the promise, as both him and Mikey have probably died in the present. He now needs some power for hindsight in order to avoid the future outcomes, and hence he has this new power now. For me, what made Tokyo Revengers really enjoyable in the beginning was the way the past and the present Takemichi worked together towards getting to know the problems and fix them. And towards the end of the first story, in the last arc, it became important because Naoto was dead in the present timeline, and having that same thing getting repeated here feels very forced to me. And if you look past that, the current situation of Draken in the manga is just very sad, to be honest. He's on the verge of his death by some no-namer, and it leaves the story in a tricky situation for me, because if Draken dies, he would have died to a no-namer and there would be no way of saving Mikey, since Draken is a very important person to him. And if Draken ends up surviving, it was just a rinse and repeat of what happened back in season 1 where he barely survived. I'm sorry to say this, but it feels like a proper milking of a franchise given its insane popularity of late. I'm a huge fan of the series, and I do hope that I'm wrong about this, but as things stand, we don't seem to be headed towards a good ending. I just don't want another Attack on Titan level ending to a series. That would be just sad. I'll keep on reading the manga though. It hasn't reached any worst points yet in my opinion, but I just feel a bit worried that it might. Anyway, this was a short rant by me on the current state of Tokyo Revengers manga. What do you think? Do you agree with me, or do you think that I'm just overreacting? I feel like I might have triggered some fans of the series, but I want to be honest with you, and this is my honest view on the current state of the story. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. That helps me get this video to reach out to more people. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.